hopefully they keep showing the commercial and just give us motivation.
Commercials motivate me and Daryl, no doubt, to be doing the Red and Blue Review. Welcome to the show today. Howie is not here. He is on his way to Phoenix, where Louisville will play in the Sweet 16. Can you believe the Cards finally joining the big dance for a while? But what Terrence was referring to there was this nonstop loop ESPN's running, Daryl, of when Kentucky lost in the last second to Indiana. ESPN turned it into a promo. Kentucky's turning into motivation.
Yeah, we tried to get them to talk about the revenge factor, and they weren't going to go there. We're trying to get to the Elite Eight. Forget revenge. But deep down inside, they got to be saying, all right, ESPN, we'll give you another promo. We'll give you something else to talk about.
Sweet revenge and Sweet 16 for the Cats and the Cards right now on the Lightning Round. The Lightning Round of the Red and Blue Review is brought to you by the Kentucky Office of Highway Safety, reminding you to click it or ticket. Who's hot? For the University of Kentucky is Marcus Teague. The Iowa State game plan was basically sag off on Marcus Teague and see if he can beat him. He did. A career-high 24 points and 7 assists.
Definitely, Coach Cal told him, some nights he's going to score 5, some nights he's going to score 30. Just go out there and play. But he wanted to run the team, man. He said every shot they took was a good shot today. And I don't really think he missed a shot. Missed 1 or 2 shots maybe. Made great plays and still scored. Lead scorer, I think, for the game. And which is great. If you keep playing like that, I think we're going to be a tough team to beat, especially when Terrence is playing like this as well.
He don't really look for a shot that much. He look for the teammates getting involved. His main focus is winning games. Really, Marcus ain't trying to hit 20 every night. We know if we let him go, he can get 30. Today he been way aggressive today. We told him to be aggressive, and we look for him to score. Look for him to score today. And he did a great job of that.
I just felt confident. I was taking good shots and they were falling. I was just trying to find my teammates when they were open, because I know they're gonna make those shots, and they were knocking them down.
There's a couple of points here you have to understand. If you're playing basketball and your defender leaves you to go help out inside, that's the ultimate insult to an athlete. What? I can't score, so they're just deserting me. The other thing was that Marcus Teague is the one who picked up on it. Coach Calipari made a big point of it afterwards. He said, boys, did you notice Marcus was in the one in the huddle saying, my guys are leaving me, I'm going to start cutting to the basket. And he's either going to cut and score or cut and dish. And Cal's very proud, for one, that his point guard is figuring it out. We said, guys, you hear what he's saying? This is what they're doing. This is how we're going to take advantage of it. And I guess Iowa State's perspective, Gary, they had to pick a poison. Yeah. So you're going to stop Davis and Jones, and wow, Teague just obliterated them.
It's a game changer for Kentucky as we get through the rest of the tournament. Who's hot for the University of Louisville continues to be Peyton Siva. And the reason Peyton is playing well in the postseason, he says, is because now he's playing more aggressively.
We just try to be aggressive, and Coach told me that I was being too tentative out there in the first half, and that I don't play really well when I'm being too tentative. So I just try to come out there and be aggressive and keep attacking them, and it really helped. And just focusing on defense, and Coach P said stop worrying about offense, just focus on defense, and that's what I try to do.
The key to Louisville's performance in this game against New Mexico is really the key that has carried them all the way through this postseason is Peyton Siva. New Mexico threw a long, tall defender on him in that entire first half. They placed a high premium on keeping him out of the paint. Got loose in the second half, though, especially for that little quick pass to Gorgie Jang for the big dunk. Louisville just desperately needed a playmaker throughout this season. Peyton Siva has been that guy through this postseason run. For Louisville to continue what they're doing in this postseason, it's got to be him moving forward.
Kentucky is no longer getting pushed around when it comes to playing basketball at the highest level. This team had a reputation for most of the year about being not tough enough, but after their performance against Iowa State, doesn't look like anyone's pushing them around now.
We just matching their physicality. We not letting teams push us around. To get whatever they want. We're making them work for it. And our guards are doing a great job of digging down in the post, to help us. And we just looking real good at it.
The funny thing is on this, for one, I didn't know how I even owned a shirt that color. It looks really good in it. The second thing, who complained most throughout the entire season about UK not being tough enough? Calipari. Well, Howie, yes. Calipari rode that horse because he knew at some point they were going to get banged up and they were going to have to do it. And going into last night's game, Royce White, you need to see him in person. Yeah. 6'8", 270 pounds. He's an NBA player out there with those guys. He really is. He is that type of game. And Coach Cal told Terrence Jones, who is the biggest player UK has, forget about offense. You stop him, your day is done. And he did a pretty nice job.
If Royce White were playing on another team with more talent, that team would win a national championship. That kid is really good. Well, what's not going on at the University of Louisville right now is Gorgie Jang is not in foul trouble. He did not have problems with the officials against the win or in the win over New Mexico, and because of that, the Cards are advancing.
Well, the first half, honestly, to be honest with you, I was like dead. I was completely dead. Yeah. But, you know, I came back to the timeout. I get a lot of rest, and I just get right in the court and play.
What's not hot for Louisville has been Gorgie Jang in foul trouble. That was not an issue against New Mexico. I think it is going to continue to be that kind of bugaboo, the boogie monster under the bed that Louisville's going to have to deal with throughout the postseason. Is really, if Gorgie gets in foul trouble, what do you do? Saw Zach Price just a little bit against New Mexico. He's capable, but certainly Louisville does not want to test that. They want to keep Gorgie out of foul trouble. They were successful in that against New Mexico, not so much against Davidson.
The buzz at the University of Kentucky is the fact that the only team to beat them in the regular season, Indiana, is now the next team with a chance to stop them in the postseason. But the Cats say this Kentucky team and that Indiana team are both very different now.
And the crowd was really into the game. It's not going to be like that in Atlanta. So, I mean, it's going to be a different game, and it's going to be another chance and an opportunity for both teams to show how much they've improved.
It's a second.
You know, we're getting the ball out in transition. Just me, personally, I'm just trying to run my team a lot better than I was then. I feel like, you know, guys are a lot more aggressive now, just playing a lot tougher instead of getting pushed around and things like we were in the beginning of the year.
Anthony, you guys don't even think about this being Indiana rematch, anything like that?
No, we're just going to have another game, okay? You know, they beat us once, so we know they can beat us again. And we got to come out with the mindset, okay, let's go out here and play defense, let's dominate the game. We can't go out here, come out here election days is cool, but as a revenge or a rematch, to get back at them, no, not at all. I mean, it's going to be great to win. The move will keep moving on, but it's going to be a fun and interesting game.
Terrence, is playing Indiana game kind of unfinished business for you now?
Not really unfinished business because this is a new tournament, and it happened to us same situation last year, playing a team that beat us, and it's going to be a whole different game, whole different environment, and they beat us before, so we're going to have to respect them and just try to match their intensity.
What's the best thing going for UK is the fact they know they lost to Indiana. And the players and Cal both, they were pounding this, we're not the same team. That was the 9th game of the regular season. Terrence Jones was awful, so you know he can't wait to get back in the bench. Marcus Teague was so bad. He's from Indy. He had a decent game on the box score, but not a good floor game, and the student section just rode him just terribly. And he has changed so much. And I even asked him, way back then, you were playing with one eye on the floor. He said, yeah, I had one eye on the floor, one eye on Coach Cal, because I know I did something wrong. I'm looking over my shoulder. I'm either going to get replaced or I'm going to get yelled at. That's what's coming, and all that's gone now.
The buzz at the University of Louisville remains the fact that this team has gotten to the Sweet 16 by riding their defense on the way. Against New Mexico, the Cards held the Lobos to 38% shooting. That's 8 below what they usually shoot in a ball game. And Howie says that's the difference in the Cards coming home and moving on.
Our main focus coming in here was just focusing on defense and pushing the ball. And today, we faced a physical team in New Mexico, and we knew that they was going to, rebound the ball and shoot threes. And we just tried to limit their three-pointers, limit them on the glass. But Drew Gordon was a monster in the glass, and he played, really big today.
Louisville's defense has been tremendous throughout this season. They're one of the best defensive teams in the country in terms of field goal percentage. They even crank it up further when it comes to stopping the three-point line. They are tremendous at stopping the opponents from hitting threes, and that showed against New Mexico. Granted, they had the one big three over in the corner, but the rest of the game, Louisville stopped three-pointers throughout the game, closed out on those shooters. And, I think the other thing is Louisville's guards are very handsy. If you put the ball out in front of them, they're going to either take it from you, smack at it, something like that. They'll try to get the ball away from you any way possible. They'll also get a hand in your face when you're trying to shoot a three-point.
There is no basketball program in America that is more mocked or more maligned than the University of Kentucky's, and that's really the point of our Facebook fan poll. The reaction from Steve Rossico talking about that Duke loss. Here's what he had to say. Duke must have forgotten about the importance of logistics, and that's going back, Daryl, to yet another commercial that revives that 92 game in which Leitner hit the shot to knock Kentucky out of the NCAA tournament. I think we've all gotten tired of it, and maybe the point that Stephen is making here, Duke should have worked on their logistics in that loss they had.
Yeah, got to enjoy that one. The UK fan base is really up in arms over this. They tend to think that UPS is based in Louisville. It's not a major hub sitting in Louisville, headquartered in Atlanta. Maybe it's an outside marketing firm that took care of that, but I'm like, UPS in Louisville, anybody over here got a brain? Come on, guys, you don't sign off on something like that. You're putting that in their face again. No, don't do that. And there's been an uproar, and rightfully so.
Yeah, nobody watches college basketball more than folks in the Kentucky area, and you personally put on a commercial that offends a good portion of your fan base. That makes no sense. Hey, can we invite you to Give Us 10? And that is the new program we're doing with Special Olympics Kentucky. We would like for you to donate $10 to Special Olympics Kentucky. All you do is text SOKY to 80888, and $10 goes on your cell phone bill, and it comes right to Special Olympics Kentucky. When we come back, you will hear from a 7-footer who gets yelled at when he doesn't shoot three-pointers. As we head to the break, Daryl's going to tell us about the Cat's Paws website.
Absolutely appreciate it. CatsPaws.com is flying with stuff. We have so many stories coming to the NCAA tournament. It's ridiculous. We've got 2 photo galleries from the win Saturday night. We've got stories flying left and right on Teague, on Terrence Jones. It's all there, and it will continue nonstop all the way through the NCAA tournament. That is CatsPaws.com.
Have you driven a Ford lately? Well, stop by Allstate Ford and test drive a new Explorer or F-150. Or visit us online at allstatetrucks.com. Allstate Ford, on the Watterson at Poplar Level Road.
Buying your next VW from Bachman Volkswagen will be a great experience. No games or gimmicks, competitive prices, and a huge inventory make #1 Bachman the place to get your Volkswagen. The all-new 2012 Jetta, an IHS top safety pick, is a great vehicle and fun to drive. Or get the sporty all-new 2012 Volkswagen Beetle. It's back and better than ever. Come to #1 Bachman Volkswagen today to get your new Volkswagen before someone else does.
Bachman makes a difference.
Hi, I'm Kevin Renfro, owner of the Becker Law Office. Our focus is personal injury law. I've been asked if that means just car wrecks. Not at all. We help people who have been injured because of unsafe conditions, product defects, drug side effects, denial of disability benefits, and other tragic injuries. No matter how you've been injured, call the Becker Law Office.
Serious, experienced, results. Call the Becker Law Office for a free evaluation. Just dial 3s.
We're the secret family. Our family is just like yours.
We have a lot to be thankful for.
We used to take a lot of things for granted, including each other.
Until one day,
when in an instant,
a drunk driver almost took it all away. Now we cherish every moment together.
We have to.
Because we might not be as lucky next time.
What about you? It happened to us.
It can happen to you.
Join the club at Sam Swope Auto Group. When you service a vehicle at any Sam Swope dealership, you automatically become a Service VIP Rewards member. You get member pricing on parts and service, lost key return, and emergency roadside assistance. Plus, you can earn points that qualify you for discounts on your next vehicle purchase, up to $2,500. The best part is becoming a member is free. Become a member today at any Sam Swope dealership. Nobody walks away because everybody saves.
The 2012 Bluegrass Golf Tour Card is available now. Play 8 great courses for one amazing price. Call 502-964-2121 or go to shop21live.com to get yours now. Hurry, they won't last long.
I've just been trying to be a little more hungrier and step up my role on this team, and I felt I was letting my team down.
Terrence Jones starting to play like a guy who is determined to return the Cats to the Final Four. We're going to be talking about that, plus Louisville trying to meet them there in our Game Time storylines. Cal's been saying all year, and actually for the last couple of years, that Kentucky is everybody's Super Bowl. They tend to get the best shot of every team that's coming at them. Same thing happened with Iowa State. That was a very good Iowa State team that Kentucky absolutely shut down. Every time Iowa State made a comeback, the Cats pushed them back.
You know, they made a run on us early. We kind of came out kind of lazy, and they, came out aggressive. But then we recovered. We made some great plays down the stretch, and we was able to, build a big lead.
It's just locking down on defense, and guys just having confidence in our defense and telling them I'm not going to let them score. And a lot of guys do that on this team, and they go out and do it. They might not let them score for about 5-6 minutes, and that's all we need.
You know, a lot of guys saying that, you know, we're soft and, you know, we're not in shape and everything. So, you know, we just wanted to know, we was matching their physicality. You know, we wasn't, you know, letting guys push us under the rim or whatever the case may be. We were just being, you know, very physical and trying to contain them.
It may have been, to me, Gary, the key moment of the season. It was tied 42-42. Deron Lamb picks up foul number 4.
Yep.
He's headed out of the game. And Kentucky, from that point forward, played the way I have been watching. You and I have been doing this a long time, and up until that point, they were not playing well enough to win the national title. They were playing in kind of fits and starts. They hadn't really put together a great game. They hadn't blown anybody out since Georgia late in the regular season, but that's Georgia. I mean, come on. But actually, what they did down the stretch from 42-42 on with their best three-point shooter on the bench was incredible and a long time coming. They have got to play that way if they're going to win the title that everybody thinks they're going to win.
Yeah, I think that was something like an 18-2 stretch. Sweet 16 sounds mighty sweet to Louisville fans who've been waiting since 08 and 09 for those back-to-back Sweet 16 trips, and Kyle Curry says he's not ready for this run to end.
The fact that it is one and done and you could lose, what is it like battling against that, wanting to play well but also avoiding that?
It's hard to, I mean, you can't really think like that, but a certain way you do. You can't, your whole mindset can't be, well, if we play bad, we lose, and then you'll just, that's all you'll be focused on. You won't play your normal game. But you just have to have in the back of your mind at the end of the game that this is it, we get the game that we have, and the other team will be fighting that just as hard.
Louisville advances to the Sweet 16 for the first time in a couple of years now. They are back in the Sweet 16. It was great to see these veterans like Jared Swapshire, like Kyle Kuric, those guys just glowing because they know how much fun it is to make an NCAA tournament run. For the younger kids, Shane Bohannon, Wayne Blackshear, Kevin Ware, those guys have never made one of these kind of runs before, so they're getting kind of an education in what it's like. Louisville's on one of the hottest teams in the country. I mean, granted, Kentucky's fantastic, but I think at this point people expect Kentucky to be fantastic. Nobody expected this for Louisville. You know, they were at that one point they were like 2-4 over a 6-game stretch. They got hot in the Big East tournament, and that hot streak continues today. They're one of the top 5 hottest teams in America.
Well, Cal was hot in the opening minutes against Iowa State. I got a chance to sit right behind Cal on the bench, and the first person that Cal yelled at in the opening possession was Anthony Davis. Davis standing at the top of the circle. Cal said, shoot the ball. He wants the big guy to launch threes.
No, he's telling me to shoot the ball. He actually screamed at me because I didn't shoot the ball. But we just set up in the offense. No need to rush shots. I had 2 wide open threes in the beginning of the game, and I didn't shoot them. Just try to shoot the free throw first, or whatever case me to line up the ball. I don't want to come out and just pull a 3, having that being my first shot. So just try to come out, get the team going, get the whole crowd into it and everything, and play from there.
So you want to get in the flow of the game a little bit before you start pulling the trigger. Is that the deal?
Yeah, most definitely.
Most definitely. Translation, I ain't shooting the first three-pointer. Not when I'm surrounded by great three-point shooters, no way. And everybody enjoys him being able to shoot the 3, but I've talked to a lot of fans that really hope that he doesn't fall in love with it, because he needs to be back under that basket doing what he does even better than shooting three-pointer. And yet when you can pull him out and you set a play for him and he knocks it down, that's just a dagger for the other team. He has that ability, but much, much better served being back in there where he belongs.
And with him out on the top of that point, it opens up the lane for the dribble drive. So it has a lot, whether he takes the shot or not, it serves some value. Well, Louisville's locker room is in a very celebratory mood after that win over New Mexico. Chris Smith says this is all about a team effort.
I think everybody played a great game. It was a total team effort, and Gorgie Jang on the backboard did a tremendous job. Shane played great and strong down low. Cal knocked the shots down. Peyton, got people the ball. Everybody, Wayne got in, mixed it up. Dove on the floor, got us a loose ball steal. Everybody just played, played within themselves and came out on top.
Rick Pitino said after the game that it's probably one of the most pleased he's been with a team to have this kind of a postseason run. It's so much fun to see Rick Pitino having this much fun with a team. This is a different kind of team. A lot of really good kids. That was greatly personified when after the game, he's being interviewed by ESPN, and along comes Russ Smith with the bunny ears right behind him. I mean, Russ Smith is absolutely a character. He keeps everything light. I think Peyton Siva does as well. This team is a fun-loving bunch, and they are a blast to cover.
The team with the best record in the NCAA tournament will not have a chance to trim the nets in New Orleans, but the Cats and the Cards still have a shot at that. We'll tell you the difference maker for all three teams when we come back. As we head to the break, Howie would ask me to ask you to tune in to what they're doing on CardinalSports.com.
The 2012 Bluegrass Golf Tour Card is available now. Play 8 great courses for one amazing price. Call 502-964-2121 or go to shop21live.com to get yours now. Hurry, they won't last long.
Have you driven a Ford lately? Well, stop by Allstate Ford and test drive a new Edge or Explorer. Or visit us online at allstatetrucks.com. Allstate Ford on the Watterson at Poplar Level Road.
Join the club at Sam Swope Auto Group. When you service a vehicle at any Sam Swope dealership, you automatically become a Service VIP Rewards member. You get member pricing on parts and service, lost key return, and emergency roadside assistance. Plus, you can earn points that qualify you for discounts on your next vehicle purchase, up to $2,500. The best part is becoming a member is free. Become a member today at any Sam Swope dealership. Nobody walks away because everybody saves.
If you're like me, you're dreading the thought of higher energy costs this season. That's why I call my friends at Doug Jones Home Improvement, who's been doing quality work at a fair price for over 40 years. Doug Jones Home Improvement offers maintenance-free replacement windows, insulated vinyl siding, and airtight entry doors. They're priced fairly with no high-pressure sales tactics or hidden fees. Doug Jones Home Improvement prides itself on keeping the weather outside while keeping you comfortable inside.
For a free estimate, call us at 366-0291.
When you visit Kentucky and savor some of its unique experiences, you'll be surprised by how much your vacation really comes to life. To plan your Kentucky vacation, call today or visit KentuckyTourism.com.
The 2012 Bluegrass Golf Tour Card featuring Chariot Run, Bardstown Country Club at Maywood, Rosewood Country Club, Indian Springs, Cave Valley Golf Resort, the Falls Golf Resort, the Bull, and Stonecrest Golf Course is available now. Get your golf tour card and play 8 great courses with cart for one low price. Call 502-964-2121 or go to shop21live.com to get yours now. You can play anytime, but you must get your golf tour card now.
Darryl says the difference maker for the University of Kentucky in the win over Iowa State was the good Darius.
Good Darius.
Yeah.
There's not a good Darius and a bad Darius. There's a good Darius and a quiet Darius. Quiet Darius needs to go away forever. If he plays the way he did last night, he was demonstrative. He's pumping his chest, screaming, "This is my state." If that Darius shows up, nobody's touching UK the rest of the way. You add that to what Deron Lamb does, what Marcus T can do, and then the interior, forget about it.
The difference maker for the University of Louisville is their luggage. They actually packed for 2 trips when they left Louisville, one for a trip to Portland, the other for Phoenix, which is where they're heading. Hopefully they'll come back, clean their stuff, and then head to New Orleans for their last leg of this NCAA tournament trail.
I mean, we ain't coming as far to lose. I mean, we one game away from the Sweet 16, so I mean, this is something to brag about for the rest of your life. I mean, I was coming through the Sweet 16.
Louisville is off to Phoenix now. Interesting thing, before this tournament even started, Louisville said, okay, let's see, we're going to Portland, and then if we win there, we're going to Phoenix. They told everyone in the traveling party, pack for both places. That's not easy to do. I've been here in Portland for a while. It rains every day. It's a little chilly. Phoenix, not so much rain, and it's very, very warm. So those guys had 2 suitcases. They're going straight from Portland to Phoenix for the Sweet 16.
Patino drew up a master play.
And the difference maker for Murray State was actually 2 guys, Isaiah Cannon and Ed Daniel. Both of them, juniors now, will be back for their senior years to push Murray maybe a little further next year in the NCAA tournament.
we play for conference championships and dreaming of getting to the NCAA tournament and playing. And I mean, we just know that we should be the ones celebrating instead of on the other end of it. And
a lot of us really didn't think we was going to make it this far, have this record that we really had. But we just stuck together and we just play how we play.
This school is all about winning. And no matter what happens, we always gonna learn and get better from it. We lost today, we gonna learn and put in work in the off season and come back and make another run.
And Darryl, I think they can make another run. In fact, that run should have continued. Yeah. They were good enough to beat Marquette.
Oh, there's no doubt about it. And to be inside the Yum Center, and by far the biggest pro-Murray crowd they've ever played in front of, 19,000 fans, most of them UK fans cheering. That place was roaring as loud as Rupp Arena. Just a couple of possessions, a couple of empty possessions. That's all it takes at this stage. And once they got too far behind, it was all over, and it was just too bad because they were good enough to beat Marquette. They really were.
Darryl, for Kentucky, things have really broken Kentucky's way in a lot of ways. First of all, the fact that they're playing Indiana, a team they've already lost to once on a very life-changing, if you will, last shot for Christian Wofford. And then the fact that the tournament's falling in place around them with Duke getting knocked out. This is a very positive sign for Kentucky's advancement.
Positive sign. And from the fan base perspective, not so much because the fans wanted to whoop Indiana and then they wanted to beat the daylights out of Duke. They wanted to see that pitiful number 2 seed Duke. That shows how bad they were. They couldn't get past their first game. That was not a 2 seed. And UK fans wanted a shot at them. They'll be happy if no matter who it is, if it's a trip to the Final Four. Baylor is good, though. Watch Baylor.
And how real is Louisville? You've seen this team play. You saw them lose to Kentucky handily, and now all of a sudden they get hot. They win the NCAA or in the Big East tournament, making a run here. Connecticut did the same thing last year.
They're not good enough to do what Connecticut did, which is win it all, but they're riding that exact same momentum. So much of it is momentum at this time of the year. 4 games in 4 days is horrible unless you've been playing terrible and you can fix everything that was wrong. Then you go into NCAA playing really well.
The boys are on the road. Howie's on the way to Phoenix. Darryl and I will be reporting next from Atlanta right here on the Red and Blue Review.
The 2012 Bluegrass Golf Tour Card featuring Chariot Run, Bardstown Country Club at Maywood, Rosewood Country Club, Indian Springs, Cave Valley Golf Resort, the Falls Golf Resort, the Bull, and Stonecrest Golf Course is available now. Get your golf tour card and play 8 great courses with cart for one low price. Call 502-964-2121 or go to shop21live.com to get yours now. You can play anytime, but you must get your golf tour card now.